We are the joy boys of radio. We chase electrons to and fro. We are the joy boys of radio. We chase electrons to and fro.
I suppose $50,000 a year would be fine, Ed. Is that okay with you? $50,000 a year?
I'll settle for anything. Yes, indeed. We'll work out something here. Hey, it's good to be at WWDC. Son of a gun. We started moving in here a couple of days ago, and I must say the people are wonderful, and we want to thank all of you out there in Radio Land that called the station, and the people in the newspapers, Bernie Harrison and Tom Shales and people like that, and my partner, Willard Scott, who has stuck with me. No, I read that wrong. He is stuck with me. That's the way it goes. But it's good to be here, right?
And all the guys have been so marvelous here at the station, starting with Big John in the morning. I think it's real high class to work with a station that has its own John in the morning. And we have one right here at the big twin W's. And Scotty, who did such a nice job of leaving the ticking bomb in the studio. And Freddie Knight, who left us some donuts. One of Fred's donuts.
Here, put one on the table. It's a fresh one.
That's the big sound of the Twin W's rock and roll woman. And I must be honest, I don't have any idea what I'm doing. We got $200,000 worth of equipment here. Let's see what happens when I press this button. Hello? 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 Hello?
Nothing's happening. While you're figuring it out, let me press this button and see what happens.
Hello.
Okay, Dave?
Okay.
Lucille?
Yeah?
We need money, fast.
Oh, I know.
Maybe we could rent out the kids.
No, I think that's illegal.
Oh. Maybe I could race the car professionally.
They don't race vintage cars.
Wait! We can borrow on the equity in this house.
How do you know?
I heard it somewhere.
Borrow on the house.
I just heard it again.
I just said it.
That's where I heard it.
Whenever you need money, come in or telephone. Ask the man at CIT for a unit loan.
Homeowners, at CIT, you may be able to arrange a real estate equity loan up to $25,000 in most states. Check into it or ask about a Uniloan. Big loans and bigger ones come from CIT Financial Services. See your phone book or call toll-free 800-243-6000 for your nearest CIT office.
Minutes after 3 right here. Two of us on Old DC, WWDC, and also FM Stereo 101 WWDC-FM. How about that? 12 and a half after 3, and we'll check the phone in just a minute.
Come on and fly me in the big blue sky, our national fly me.
I'm Janet. Thinking about a trip down south? So am I. Every day. Fly me.
Fly Janet. Yeah, she's got a $102 weekend fare to Florida. You can fly national for a $102 round trip. You can go to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Melbourne, Daytona Beach, Tampa, St. Pete, or Orlando, home of Walt Disney World. So why don't you call your travel agent or National Airlines? You get to meet Janet. I'd like that myself. 13 after 3 at WRC. Walker and Scott, who you got on the phone?
I think I got Janet on the phone, Ed. Listen. Hello, Janet?
No, this isn't Janet.
Hello there.
Janet's boyfriend.
Keep it clean. This is the first time I've ever done this before. Who is this?
This is Maurice.
Maurice, bless your heart. Maurice, why are you calling? Sandwiches sweat or what happened?
Huh?
I said, did the sandwiches spoil?
He's the guy that almost got us thrown off the other station.
No, I'm calling.
Are you the same guy, Maurice?
Which same guy?
That got us thrown off at the other station.
Yeah, how about that?
Well, Maurice, you're an older man now. You've been hanging around with women. You've gone to college, so I'm sure. What's your poem today, Maurice?
No, I don't have a poem. You remember it, do you?
Oh, I'll never forget it.
Are you kidding?
Hey, Willard.
Yeah.
Really clean. You just panicked.
Yeah, that's right. I clutched.
Good to have you guys back.
Well, Maurice.
As an alumnus of the old university.
Thank you.
Where you guys made fame. And I'm still trying to follow in your footsteps, but you keep covering up the tracks.
Well, you got to stay out of those cow pastures, Maurice. That's dangerous.
I'm still willing to sign. I'm still willing to sign the same kind of contract you guys are doing. I tried to get over to RC after you left, and They wouldn't have it.
Yeah, that's right, Maurice.
Well,
Hitler lives, Maurice.
They remembered me.
Okay, Maurice.
Bye, Willard.
Bye-bye,
Hey,
Maurice.
Maurice.
Yes.
Get out of here.
14 after 3 at WRC. Don't forget prizes given away on this program.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Prizes given away on this program are in exchange for promotional consideration. I don't have any prizes to give away. What do I do?
I got news for you, pal. Hello? Hello, Mother? I told you never to call me when I'm working.
That's Summer Breeze, and that's done by Seals and Croft here. Walker and Scott from WWDC. I said it right that time.
That was Seals and Croft.
Hello, everybody. This is Fred Fisk.
Washington is talking at me.
Here are some of the very interesting guests you'll be hearing tonight on
Empathy.
Cicely Tyson, a charming lady who is star of the new motion picture Sounder, and a very likely Academy Award nominee this year will be our guest. Following that, we'll leave some time for open phones and general discussion. This will be the time to get off your chest anything that you'd like. Empathy, coming your way starting at 9 tonight.
Oh, yes. I know that Cicely Tyson, they named a corner after her, didn't they?
Yeah, Cicely's
Corner, yeah.
I used to date Fred Fisk years ago.
I
We
wish
went
you
to
wouldn't
school
talk about it
together.
on the air because...
He was dynamite in a rumble seat. He used to hold on to his six-pack. If he'd have had zip tabs, he'd have been another lover.
We're going to be on with Fred Fisk tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, after 9 o'clock. The Joy Boys, Walker and Scott, will be the guests of Mr. Fisk.
Speaking of guests with Mr. Fisk, let's see what happens when I press the magic button. You're on the air. Hello there.
Hello there, Mr. Scott and Mr. Walker.
Hello there.
It's Scotty Smirnoff. He leaves you breathless. Scotty, say hello to the vast audience out there at WWDC land.
Hello to this vast audience out there in WWDC land.
That's it, Scotty. Thank you. See you later. It's about 17 minutes after the hour right now. Watch this fantastic production.
We know what you're looking for.
Hi there. Fashion coat sale for 3 days only, Monday through Wednesday. Fashion coats in junior, misses, and women's sizes. Now 15% less. Find your favorite style in wool and wool nylon and beautiful fur-like acrylics and cotton corduroys at 15% off the regular price. Monday through Wednesday. Tape, music, and lyrics. Oh, excuse me. Silly eye.
19 and a half after 3. Don't forget the worm will turn a little bit later this afternoon. It returns to WWDC Radio, and Johnny Holliday's going to be with us, too. A little later on, we'll have our famous three-man band play the Joy Boys theme song. Isn't that thrilling?
Where is that dirty
I know
dog?
you're
He
all
was
ready.
supposed to have joined us on the first broadcast, and I'm a little bit miffed at him. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and got my Ovaltine and got organized, and Billy Biceps.
It's very simple. He
Yeah.
doesn't like us.
I don't like him. We don't need him now we got the show. Hello out there.
Virginians have always had a special feeling about government. Government, they believe, should be rooted in the community, responsive to local needs, zealous in guarding individual liberty. 6 years ago, Virginians sent to the Congress a man who believed as they did about government, a conservative who believed that government should reflect the will of the people. His name, William L. Scott. No one was surprised when Congressman Scott opposed the forced busing of school children, fought against a voting rights measure that discriminates against Virginia, supported presidential vetoes against wasteful federal spending. Scott thinks and acts like a Virginian, and now he wants to make your voice even stronger in the United States Senate. Scott needs your vote. He needs your help to bring government back to the people. Please, elect Scott to the U.S. Senate. Paid for by Virginians for Scott, UC Mulligan Treasurer.
Tag here.
All righty. News again at 3:30. Don't mind us. We're really rusty today. Been off the air for 2 weeks. You know, you forget everything you ever knew, and we didn't know a whole lot to begin with.
Hey, wait, we got our bartender on the phone here. This is very important.
all right.
I love these buttons. This is really fun. We're not going to do this every day like this, but why not? George?
Yeah.
George, scotch and soda. George, a little heavy on the scotch today.
Heavy on the Scotch, all right.
Hey, George, bless your heart for calling
I
us.
just want to congratulate you for your new show.
Aren't you nice to say
Thank you,
that?
George.
Both of you.
George, you still making those? I don't know if you can hear me. Are you still making those wonderful pastries?
Always.
Always. They're
Tell us where you are,
delicious.
George, because you're on MacArthur Boulevard, but...
No, we can't say it anymore.
Tell him to buy a spot on the show, and then we'll tell him all the time. All right, George?
Okay, anytime.
Thanks a
you,
million,
George. Thanks for
Thank you very
calling.
much.
That's
Good
George.
luck.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
George.
I can't get over there. I'll have a roast beef sandwich, Dave.
Who's
How about
George?
that?
Oh.
Arby's takes their time cooking up roast beef, but the 4-hour sandwich is only 5 minutes away at Arby's.
Don't forget now, October is Arby's 6th anniversary month, so all month long, Arby's will be celebrating their 6th anniversary with some different anniversary specials for you every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of each week. This week, Arby's anniversary special is for Arby's for $2 sale. How about that? Starting tomorrow, you can get yourself 4 delicious Arby's roast beef sandwiches for only $2, and you save $1 for every 4 that you buy. So bring the whole family to Arby's now for this week's wonderful special. 3 days, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. 4 Arby's roast beefs for the price of $2.
Hurry up, Mr. Walker.
5 minutes away from the 4-hour sandwich and lots of specials at Arby's this week.
3,
You gonna sing it again,
2,
kids?
1, cue the chorus.
They faded out on me. How do you like that? Yes.
Listen, I'm the producer of The Worm Turns, and I just got my group outside here. Now, something has got to be done. You said we're going to be in the air at 3:15. It's 3:22 right now.
Give us time.
There's 100,000 people out there. Mrs. Bernie Harrison, Mr. Howard Johnson, they're all waiting for you. Now, just do something. Don't just sit there.
How do you like that? I hate a sore head. Okay, Walker and Scott were the Joy Boys sort of getting things together from WWDC and WWDC-FM stereo. 23 minutes after 3 o'clock.
I used to drink that years ago before I could afford good stuff like Thunderbird. and
What's
White
that?
Stereo.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, that was Sterno you were on, kid.
Yeah, it's terrible gas. I used to have a heartburn.
I'll tell him what the weather is if you'll tell him what the temperature is right now.
I would hiccup and ignite the tower.
Sunshine
72
and
degrees.
Thank you. And it's sunny and mild today. And
It's a good group, Sunny and mild.
Becoming cloudy later on this afternoon. Cloudy with a chance of showers tonight. And tomorrow, the low tonight will be in the middle 50s, and the high tomorrow in the mid or upper 60s. Okay? That's the way the weather looks on the Walker Scott Show right now. Heart of Gold, and that's done by James Last, the orchestra and the chorus. We've been invaded by such people as Mr. Furling. We'll get to him in just a moment. I'd like to get rid of him in just a moment, as a matter of fact.
Over $1 million, for cycle or auto, Persons is the place to go. For 2 wheels or 4 and all insurance too. Persons has 2 great locations for you on Georgia Avenue or Rockville Pike. Persons for your car or for your bike.
Go get them. Herson's sale is very simple. You will save money today. Sale price on the entire 1972 Herson's cycle inventory. They have the Yamaha, very good, $250. That's only $645. How about the Honda? $450 for $1,080. Or they have the BMW 750 for $1945. 10-speed bicycle, regularly $179.95, only $119.95, unassembled. Put it together yourself, gang. Have a party. Accessories 50% off. Today only. This is the last day.
Maryland's Rockville Pike. Persons for your car or for your bike.
Herson's World of Wheels, located at 1396 Rockville Pike, and of course that's in Rockville. Or how about 4100 George Avenue, Northwest Washington?
Boy, those Hondas are easy to assemble, too. We have a fellow over here putting one together now. You can put one together, too, friends, just like that. It's just slot B into slot A.
2 minutes away from news at 3:30.
Men, this is the sale of the century. Doug Martin, the Washington area's leading national brand men's clothing store, is going out of business. Doug Martin carries such famous brands in clothing as Botany 500, Fashion Park, Christian Dior, Hamilton Park, including the newest in double knits and fine woolens, all in the latest 1972-73 models and fabrics. Also double knit slacks and 100% cashmere top coats, plus Hathaway dress shirts, Damon, Old Cassini neckwear, Jansen sweaters, zip-out line all-weather coats, and many other famous brands of fine clothing, sportswear, and furnishings. You can now save 40 to 50% at Doug Martin's on all leading brands of men's clothing, furnishings, and leathers. Everything must be sold to the bare walls. See thousands of suits, slacks, and sport coats at tremendous savings, all at Doug Martin's, located in the Marlow Heights Shopping Center on Branch Avenue, Beltway exit 36 North. Open evenings until 9, open Sunday noon till 6. That's Doug Martin's.
All right, it's 29 minutes after 3 o'clock at WWDC. Walker and Scott here.
We're not going to be phonies about this. We don't know what's going on. There's no question about it. We understand that. We're not trying to snow anybody. The guys around here,
laughing at
they'd
us.
hang themselves the first half.
I hear you laughing. I can catch you snickering over there. Now,
Network
cut
news
that
in 30
out.
seconds.
Oh, 30. We got to do this. It takes 10 seconds. Dave, please.
Maui, Kauai, Oahu, and Hawaii will all be yours November 25th through December 9th. If you're along with me, Johnny Holliday, in our WWDC Hawaiian Tour, If you'd like your free brochure, just call us at 589-7100.
That was that's a nice. We do that, friends. That's
Stand
the
by for news.
No, it's another minute, dummy.
Oh, all right. My clock is wrong.
Up your back time there, Jaffe. Fantastic.
Big Dave Jaffe's
The
in
worm
there.
turns in about 15 minutes. The story of a helicopter pilot for WWDC and a very deep-seated secret that he has to confess to the entire world. You'll hear it all.
Family show. You know that, don't you?
Well, you just wait and find out what Captain Don's secret is and has been for many years. It all is revealed as the worm turns in just 15 minutes from now.
She'll tell it all.
Jeez, I think that's...
WWDC-AM-FM Washington.
Welcome back to Walker and Scott, the Joy Boys. Elvis? There's Elvis, a hunk of burning love. We're going to get to the worm turns. Mr. Holliday is here. Captain Dan is not flying today, but that's because he was out flying last night, I think, but he managed to stop in.
His equipment's been grounded. They're doing repair work on his front end. His machine had to be overhauled.
Overhauled, yes.
Hey, we got some calls here, Ed. I want you to... This is one of our old pals here. We have to screen these calls, friends, because you never know when you might get an irate listener calling up wanting to set fire to the studio here. And I'll admit the show isn't so hot so far, but just a minute. I'll press the magic button. You're on the air. Say hello out there.
Hello out there, and welcome back to radio.
Hey, you've got a nice voice, kid. You should be in broadcasting.
Well, thank you very much.
Who is this?
This is Tom Gager.
Hello, everybody. I need work. I'm Eddie Gallagher, and I'm still looking.
Hello?
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 What time is as the worm turns on?
Well, you missed it.
Oh, really?
No, it hasn't come on yet. We're doing it live in the studio here.
Listen, if I can wax serious for a second, you guys, I just want to say that after so many years, you're like an institution in Washington, and it's just fantastic that you're back on.
Thank you, Tom.
And welcome back, really.
Thank you very much.
And Bill Trumbull says who?
Bill who?
Bill what?
Bill who says what? Now listen, yours is the only show outside of WWDC programming that I listen to anymore.
I like that.
And the Voice of Freedom. It's on Radio Free Europe. It's a show it's on at 3 in the morning.
Listen, I catch you on NASA Notes every once in a while. Is that still on the air?
Sure, why not? Hey, thank you very much, Tom.
The best of luck to you both, and I'll be listening.
What do you mean by that?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, Tom.
So long,
Right.
Tom.
All right, guys.
20 minutes to 4
That's
is the
Tom.
time here at WWDC. Walker and Scott. Let me have a little Marshall music there, Dave. Forward. Ah, yes, it's Veterans Day, and what better way to celebrate than to take advantage of the sale going on right now at the Eastover Shopping Center. It's the end of October, and a perfect time to get a head start on all of your Christmas shopping. There's no doubt about it. Now, there's no crowds, no rush, just bargains all
Sort of
over the
like
place.
people listening to this show. No crowds, no rush.
No, nothing. Maryland residents, what you do is take Indian Head Highway from Beltway exit 37 to the District Line.
Hello,
D.C. residents
I'm
go
Maryland
straight out
residents.
South Capitol Street to the District Line. Today only, reduced prices in all stores at the Eastover Shopping Center. Thank you.
I want to say a great big hello out there to Louis Potter, who sent us the most beautiful bunch of dead flowers that I think I've ever seen. Louis is plastic, but his flowers are real. But Louis Potter's a very dear friend of ours, and also my wife, Mary, bless her, all these years, and I thought she didn't care. You know, the last time my wife
She sent them to me.
That's where you've been nights lately. I thought the tape was kind of wobbly. No, you know, Mary sent us a bunch of flowers when we started the nighttime trick up at the other place there, up in the middle of your dial. And that lasted 10 years. Not the flowers, but the job. The flowers died the next day. Here, the flowers are going to last 10 years. Thank you, Mary, sweetheart.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to Louis Bonelli.
Hey, Papa Benelli.
Louis Bonelli's a member of the Godfathers group, and the right, Louis?
That's right.
Okay, thank you, Louis.
I hope you use the flowers in good health.
Thank you, Louis.
Because if you don't,
Yeah, Louis?
I'll be over there.
Thank you, Louis. That's two more lines, Louis, and Evelyn calls.
The ink is black, the page is white. Together we learn to read and write.
Kids learn a lot more in school than the 3 R's. They learn how to live with each other, how to work together. But if a kid can't go to school because he has no clothes, he mostly learns what it's like to be alone. Help give a kid a break. Clothe a Kid to School this year by calling WWDC's Clothe a Kid line. And that's 589-7100. Do it soon.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 20. Be on hand as the world champion Dallas Cowboys go up against the Skins, the area's only complete TV coverage. Tonight at 9, the curtain goes up on Alfred Hitchcock as tonight's big Movie 20 presents Lifeboat. Walter Slazak, Tallulah Bankhead, William Bendix, and Hume Cronin star tonight in Alfred Hitchcock's Academy Award-winning motion picture triumph, Lifeboat. The survivors of a shipwreck and a U-boat commander struggle for their lives in a single lifeboat. Tonight at 9 on WDCA, see Lifeboat, Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece on Channel 20's Movie 20. Every Monday night, Channel 20 plays Academy Award-winning favorites.
Fantastic Channel 20. See Creature Feature starring Scott Burton this Saturday night.
What's your name? Shoo-ba-doo-ba-ba-da.
Oh, marvelous. We're getting ready for the worm turns. The cast of thousands is rehearsing. Mr. Holliday is looking at his line. And it's 3:45 at WWDC. Walker and Scott, the Joy Boys.
Aha! A shot in the dark.
Oh, would you read it over
Johnny,
again?
just,
That's not the way
would you
we
work out in the hall
No,
there?
don't do it. Go out there and read it over. Come on.
Ah! A shot in the
Dark. Later.
We're the folks at Giant Food. You won't ever find us cross or rude. You will fall in love with our attitude. Giant Food, the shopper's friend. You just can't find a nicer store. Our consumer programs give you more. You will even find a cleaner floor. Giant Food, the shopper's friend. Shop Giant Food from now on. Your shopping woes will be gone. Here's the reason, we'll tell you why. It's our friendly gals and our helpful guys. Your pleasure is our greatest prize. Giant Food, the shopper's friend.
This is your country. Express yourself. Giant Food urges you to get out and vote for the candidate of your choice, November 7th.
Thank you very much. All right, and
That's a great song, isn't it? I don't care what you do with that song. It's a happy days of hearing. And the annual Art Book and Craft Fair, the Beverly Hills Cooperative Preschool, Alexandria, will be held on Saturday, October 28th. And the fair will feature free movies for the kiddies, a bake sale, hundreds of new and used adult and children's books, original art, handmade poetry, pottery, and pottery demonstrations, and handmade crafts of all descriptions. So let's hear it for the Beverly Hills Church, 3512 Old Dominion Boulevard, Alexandria, Virginia, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. And, you know, we're so thrilled because to be on the radio, together as our old team, that is important enough. But now we are on FM, and we know that we have people up in Loudoun County and over in Frederick County in Maryland.
That's right. I'm up there listening at you.
And all across the Chesapeake Bay. And we urge you, send us your announcements for your churches and your clubs and your schools and your groups. Behold, you have a voice in the nation's capital. And speaking of that, you're on the air. Who is this? Hello? Hello?
That's the other
Just a moment.
thing.
Hello?
In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, the tree of the... Oh, how are you, boys?
I was okay.
Good to hear you again on radio.
Thank you, Walter.
Hey, Arthur, good to have you call.
Yeah, boys are just down from the farm, you know. I thought we'd give you a call. Marvin's out of town, you know, this week. We're doing our show from the farm. That's Rhode Island, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tony, Arthur, it's awful good you could take time out of your busy schedule to
Yeah,
get...
well, hustling those Hondas, you know. Chryslers, I'm sorry. It's good to hear you guys on real radio now.
It's still auditioning, Arthur.
Yeah, you and your lovely wife there.
Thank you, Ira. Hey, good to talk to you, Arthur. Huh? Thanks for calling.
It's your turn.
Thanks for calling, Arthur.
Yeah, this is Gage's father, you know.
That is the ever-popular Wells Bunyea, Bugs' brother. You've heard of Bugs Bunyea? What's up, Doc?
WJMD, Doc.
That's right.
Are they paying you or are you paying them?
How'd you guess?
It's a trade deal. We're sending old tapes of your work over.
No, I was asked to put in a request.
They're starting a mushroom farm.
By Eddie or Peter, either one of them.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All that, you know what they're doing up in Connecticut, don't you? They're playing rock and roll down in the water to scare the fish away. Come on now, I'm feeding them to you. You got to pick them up.
We got them right up here, Wells.
Mr. Willard, you want to give him the hook, please?
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Mr. Furling, would you...
Thanks a lot.
I'll tell you, I had lunch with Ed Friday, and it was really thrilling. Tell me about it, Ed.
Yeah, we had lunch Friday. It was very thrilling.
I'll tell you, it's great to hear you guys back again.
Right.
Thank you, Wells, and love you. See you later.
Thank you, Wells. Mr.
Hi.
Mr. A.K. Furling is with us. Mr. Furling, would you come over here? And I appreciate the fact that you came all the way down from the executive suite to join us on our...
I certainly have. Just jotted down here from the executive suites upstairs, AFCO Broadcasting, affiliates, of course, in Cincinnati, Dayton, San Antonio, San Francisco, Indianapolis, and, of course, the home base here at AFCO Broadcasting.
You smell awfully good, Mr.
I'm not
Furling.
through. I'm still talking. Across from the dog pound here in Silver Spring, and, of course, the recycling center.
Yes.
You boys don't cut it. We'll be just recycling you boys together, I guarantee
Well,
you.
how are we doing after you've... I noticed you've been taking some notes after for the first 40 minutes. Are we making it?
We've just come from a conference with Mr. Bill, Mr. Eddie, and
Yes.
it's polishing an apple, of course. An apple
Yeah.
a day keeps the boss away, Mr. Furling here.
I see.
And we've decided that perhaps we could call the Big 980 again and see if there might
Now,
be a
wait a
chance that the boys might go back across the way. No, seriously, Willard, you ready?
That's it over there.
I'm Ed. He's with us.
Seriously, the executives here are extremely happy with your progress so far here at 50 minutes and counting into the first hour. I do believe that you have a wonderful future here with AFCO Broadcasting, and just keep one thing in mind.
Yes, sir.
Just stay with AK and you have no problems.
Thanks a lot. I'll remember that. Okay, come back, see us anytime.
Certainly
Mr.
will.
Furling.
Thanks very much for the
That's right.
invite.
Bye.
Bye.
First time I ever smelled bourbon after shave lotion.
Here we are on Ventura Highway. That's America. We're the Joy Boys, Walker and Scott from WWDC, and that's 1260 radio and WWDC-FM 101 stereo on your FM thing. 6 minutes until 4 o'clock, just a minute away, and the worm will turn.
Imagine you're up here in a helicopter, flying low over Catawba country. All you can see as you look below are rows and rows of Catawba grapevine. Catawba is the great Native American varietal wine grape. And little Catawba country down there is where they grow the best Catawbas of all. All those vines are laden with Catawbas at their very best. Then you sip a glass of new cream pink Catawba wine, and you discover a bright, bouncy new wine taste from Manischewitz. Luscious cream pink Catawba, double blended for added smoothness. Cream pink Catawba wine, man, what a bouncy taste. Now as you look down at those rows and rows of Catawba vines, you begin to wonder if little Catawba country isn't too small. Try it soon. New cream pink Catawba from Manischewitz Wine Company, New York.
And now, the continuing to the live story as the worm turns. The story of life today in a big city hospital. The joys and heartaches, the intrigues and the involvements of big city living. And all brought to you by Scuff No More, the miracle plastic product of the space age to spray on your children to protect them from management and other noxious growth. It's early afternoon in Big City as the sound effects comes barreling in at the hospital backgrounds. You may hear in the background perhaps someone you know and love. For each day in a big city hospital, a new drama unfolds. Nurses on the third floor have been tittering continuously for the last hour. Word is out that a big-name star is in the hospital. A local radio jock of some note, a John Holliday, a fellow who does a morning show on WWDC radio.
You see him, Mabel? He's a handsome devil.
Mr. Holliday has been signing autographs, but apparently this is not a personal appearance, but a personal reason that the young jock has come to the hospital. Quietly, the crowd disappears in the background.
Is that it?
You don't say that when you're doing the drama, Mr. Engineer. Just fade it down and out completely. As we go inside the doctor's office. Cue the door. It's nice. It would be nice if the door would close and then the sound effects leave. Let's bring the sound up a little bit one more time. They go into the office and... Nice. That was real nice. They're now in the office of Dr. Arnold W. Zacharias. Dr. Zacharias is a psychologist at Big City Hospital. The nurse, Estelle Barione, greets the young jock, Mr. Holliday, as the nurse says...
Hey, come on, sit down here, Mr. Holliday.
Good morning, nurse.
How do you do? The doctor will see you now?
Nurse, I'm quite concerned.
Yes.
I'm quite concerned about our helicopter pilot, Captain Don.
Just a moment, Mr. Holliday. I am the doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
We will not discuss the problems with the nurse. She is just a mere bookkeeper. Now, you are having a problem?
I'm quite concerned about your nurse also, Doctor,
Yes,
as well
so
as...
am I. As a matter of fact,
Captain
you're
Don.
fired.
I'm rather concerned about the bit at this stage of the game.
You were concerned about a certain helicopter pilot. What is his name?
Yes, I am concerned about the helicopter pilot captain, Don, who seems to have a very sensitive approach to him these days. Captain Don is, I can say and quite honestly feel, he's one of my close friends, Doctor. And something's wrong. He doesn't seem to be talking to people, doesn't seem to be getting along with people as he normally should, and thus my visit to you today, Doctor.
Will you lie down on the couch, Mr. Holliday?
I beg your pardon?
We will discuss it at great length.
Well, what have we here? The young jock John Holliday from WWDC is now stretched out prone on the couch in the doctor's office.
Get your feet off the couch, Mr. Holliday.
You won't want to miss tomorrow's engrossing scene as the worm turns when young WWDC morning jock John Holliday says,
If for only a moment to hear his blades chopping through the sky again.
The Worm Turns is written for radio by Denise on Damon de Valero and produced for radio by Tondaleo T. Thomas. This is a Damon Del Tandell production and comes to you from Washington. The noise in the background you heard was that of the newsman adjusting his equipment. Lord knows he needs it. Ta-ta.
1 minute away from 4 o'clock. Just leave the music in the background while we tell you that now you can see the outstanding new film, Savage Messiah. Yes, Savage Messiah is the haunting relationship between a young French sculptor and a woman twice his age.
Oh, I love her.
Set in Paris, London, Savage Messiah. Another great motion picture from that fine director Kenneth Russell, who created such movies as Woman in Love, The Music Lovers, The Devils, and The Boyfriend. Yes, Ken Russell is becoming one of the most imaginative, stimulating movie creators anywhere. See Savage Messiah, now showing at the Key Theater, 1222 Wisconsin Avenue, just above M Street in Georgetown. We thank you.
WWDC-AM FM Washington.
Vote for better shopping. Right now, you are urged to vote for the people's people who please you the most. Whenever you get a friendly smile, a cheery word, some extra service, cast your vote for that people pleaser. Ballot boxes at all People's drugstores. Your vote can help that People's employee win a great prize, an endless summer vacation in San Juan, Puerto Rico via American Airlines at the Americana Hotel. So vote, because you, the public, always win. You get the better service that makes People's the first name in drugstores. This week, also learn about the discounts in People's Fall Savings Spectacular. Get 2-for-1 discounts on Westinghouse Super Light Bulbs. Regular, 69 cents each. Now 2 for 69 cents. Regular 33-cent packs of Lipton soup. 3 packs, 12 individual servings for only 88 cents. This week, Fall Savings Discount Spectacular at all People's drugstores.
Walker and Scott, we're the Joy Boys from WWDC in Washington. Here comes Ray Stevens. Take care of business, Mr. Businessman. Goes like that.
Itemize the things you covet.
Oh, that's Take Care of Business, Mr. Businessman, and that's Ray Stevens here, Walker and Scott from WWDC. We're saying it a lot to get used to it here. I hope you get used to us every afternoon from 3 to 7.
I used to work at WWDC years ago. I cleaned the cage for Art Brown. I
think you mean Art Brown's birds.
Art, well, yes, he started out
Art
big.
didn't stay in the cage, the birds.
No, that was a misconception. A lot of people thought Art was in the cage.
Oh, no.
Art had a condor.
Now, Milton Q4, that was something else. Milton stayed in the cage.
Yes, before Art had his canaries, he had this condor. 320-pound bird, and that took a lot of work. Kept me hopping.
What did he say, cheap?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Stuart Ford, that's Beltway Exit 30 East, Lanham, Maryland, and they are going all out to bring you become the very largest Ford dealer. And, of course, that means that you're going to get all sorts of values. They have, for example, over 350 new 73s, brand new 72s, trucks, and, of course, recreational vehicles. All of these things for immediate delivery on the spot. So So why don't you go on over and talk to him? Talk to Dick Lyman.
I talked to Mr. Lyman, Ed. I got me a pickup truck.
He's the new car manager
Sure
over
did.
there,
Sure
and
did.
saving you money all the way on the
Saved
brand new
me money.
72 Ford. Is that right?
Saved me money on a pickup. I wanted a high-speed rear
You
end.
get a free pumpkin while they last for Halloween when you go over there and talk to him.
Never seen a pumpkin with a high-speed rear end.
How about Warren Lamb? Do you know Warren over there?
He's got a high-speed rear
He's
end.
the used car manager and gives you some big discounts on the very finest in used cars. Guaranteed 100% for the first 60 days.
Is that all
or
I do in this-
2,000 miles.
Just come in and
Now, I'm
say-
going to ask you about another guy. I want you
Oh,
to check with
yeah.
Gwen Church. You know
Yeah,
Gwen?
I sure do, and I hope I get my 5 back.
Yeah, he's a man, and Gwen sometimes fools you there.
Didn't
But
fool me.
they come on over
He said he's
and
with the
see-
Secret Service, but I found out.
That's Stewart Motors. Be sure to come on over and check him out. Won't you? You'll be so glad you did. Stewart Ford. That's Beltway Exit 30 East in Lanham, Maryland. They're open daily, 9 until 6, Saturdays also until 6 o'clock.
Ozark Airlines serves 2/3 of a continent, city by city. We don't span the globe. But in the cities we call home, we try to give the best air service there is, anywhere. When you go Ozark, that's nice going.
We're up there with the biggest. We're Ozark Airlines. Nice going.
Oh, nice going. Go Ozark Jets to Peoria. Peoria, Illinois. 2 flights daily. The fastest way to get to downstate Illinois. Be sure to call Ozark. Their telephone number 347-4744, or your travel agent.
The uncle got the fast way to get downstate Illinois.
Your uncle has a fast way to get to downstate. I hate to ask how.
Jolieta, he stayed.
Oh, yeah, down there for a long time.
Nothing like a Marriott, but nice conditions, and he take a good care of himself.
Take good care.
You guys do a nice
You've
job.
got somebody on the phone here, I think, huh?
Yes, I do, Ed.
All
And
right.
one of our friends, Bill Ryan, our WNBC, WRCA, WNBC New York newsman who came down to Washington and worked with us. And Bill left about the same time we did. Let's stand by for you. Bill, are you there? Hello, Bill?
Yeah, well,
You grew old gracefully, waiting to go on, didn't you?
I don't know if it's graceful or not.
Hey, Bill, we are delighted. Why don't you tell us where you are? I know where you are, but a lot of our fans that are your fans would like to know that you are employed and have a marvelous...
Well, I'm home right now, and I want to thank you for arranging to have me have the day off on your first day of broadcasting over at WWDC. That was marvelous of you.
We do nice things for nice people.
Well, you're class guys all the way.
Thank you, Bill.
Even have an unlisted phone number your first day on the air.
That's class. Have you started your new job yet?
I did. I started last week as press secretary to Senator Javits, a New York Republican.
Isn't that great?
And after 25, 26 years on the other side of the fence, it's very interesting.
Well, do you think you're going to miss broadcasting, or is that kind of a dumb question?
Oh, sure.
It's amazing how it gets into your blood, isn't it? I guess anybody that has any job that they've been in for as long as you and I have would just hate to get out of it. But nonetheless, public relations is so closely related. I'm sure you're going to be probably more in it than you were before.
I hope so.
Well, listen, good luck to you. And 2 great men deserve each other. The senator.
Listen, you guys break a leg.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that.
Bless your heart, Bill.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bill Ryan. 14 after 4, WWDC.
Have you ever had information about a crime but didn't know who to give it to? The Metropolitan Police Department now has a special phone number for you to call. A high-ranking police official will make sure the information will be sent to the proper office for investigation. Although your name is not necessary, it is requested that you give it to aid in a proper follow-up investigation. Your name and the information will be kept strictly confidential. The confidential number is 393-2222, 393-2222.
Stock market time.
Hello out there, Bulls and Bears. Let's all get acquainted. Oh,
Yes.
Heaven. Prices closed higher and moderately active trading on the New York stock market. Brokers attributed the market's strong performance
Very cute, Mr.
to
Scott.
I like
reports
that, Mr. Furley. Was he
of
all right?
progress
Where's the body? Here's
in
the
negotiations for a Vietnam ceasefire. Dow Jones closing stock average, 30 industrials up 8.50, closed at 951.31. 20 transportations, 213.79, up 155. 15 utilities, 114.36, up 121. Now some stocks of local interest. I see that Holliday's got his wallet out, counting his numerous
The moth just flew
muchos.
out of it there. Look at that.
Marriott final closing 35 3/8 up 3/8. Mackey 10 7/8 up a quarter. Giant 19 7/8 up 1/8. Pepco 15 5/8 up a quarter. Washington Gas 23 up 3/8. Peoples 11 1/4 down a quarter. And Fairchild remain the same at 9 1/2.
Mr. A.K. Furling upstairs with Mr. Bill.
Yes, Mr. Furling, I have a question for you. I was looking at my contract.
Yes, sorry, just...
Yes, don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you, Mr.
Willard?
Furley. I'm Mr. Ed.
Walker.
I'm Mr.
See you when you see them all. You know.
I'm the one with my hand on the handle.
You're the heavyset one, aren't you, with a good wheel?
In my contract is some verbiage that I do not quite understand, Mr. Furling, pertaining to, let's see if I can find it here. It says that while we are predominantly performers on WWDC AM and FM, however, it behooves us at all times to be aware of the physical plant thereby surrounding WWDC's actual studios, and that we should treat these physical surroundings as though they were our own home. What are they trying to tell us?
Let me just jump in here for a moment, Mr. Scott.
Walker.
I'm Walker. He's
Walker,
Scott.
let me just jump in here and just remind you that even though you may treat this as a home, we'd appreciate leaving your little Cocker Spaniel at home.
That's my partner.
Oh, excuse me, the long tail. I didn't notice that.
That's
I'll
my
be upstairs with Mr. Bill polishing his apple.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Furling. Oh, what a
breath on Mr.
Oh.
One for you, one for me. WWDC.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You love it at Levitz.
Levitz, the world's largest famous brand furniture dealer, is now holding a Veterans Day weekend warehouse sale. Levitz regular low warehouse prices have been slashed to save you even more during this special sale.
Dining room sets, bedrooms, sofas, recliners, thousands of items have been drastically reduced for immediate clearance. Make your selections from Levitt's 750 beautifully decorated model rooms. Take your purchase with you or arrange for immediate delivery from Levitt's $6 million warehouse inventory.
Come see the fantastic savings being offered now during Levitt's Veterans Day weekend warehouse sale. Open Monday through Saturday till 10. Hurry, sale ends tonight at 10. Levitt's on Rockville Pike and Randolph Road, in Camp Springs across from Andrews Air Force Base, and on Gallows Road just north of Route 50 in Fairfax, Virginia.
Ladies and gentlemen, you hear in the background the three-man band made famous on the John Holliday show just 2 weeks ago. And the three-man band has been asked to perform, unfortunately, with John's early hours. It's hard to make some of the gigs at night, but we are going to do our famous Joy Boys theme song. Gentlemen, are you ready? Ready? Just a moment. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. It'll never be a million seller, but what do you want at these prices? I mean, thank you, gentlemen of the three-man band.
Most pathetic thing I think I've ever heard in my life. It's sickening.
For 73, you got to see Dodge. Depend on it. Be made alright, more quiet inside. Dodge. Depend on it.
That's right. The best show in town's going on at your Dodge dealers. Daring, different, downright dependable. A show you've got to see for 73, like the exclusive Dodge Club Cab pickup. Nothing else like it anywhere. Has 34 cubic feet of cargo space inside the cab to keep things undercover. Dodge Club Cab, a great new pickup for you. Part of the best show in town at your Dodge dealers.
For 73, you got to see Dodge. Depend on it.
All right there, Walker and Scott, the Jolly Boys, WWDC AM, WWDC FM, WWDC Sonar, WWDC Radar. That covers it all, doesn't it? We check the fish out in the bay, and they look right back and say, 20 minutes after the hour, 20 minutes after the hour, 20 minutes after the hour. Let me see, I got a call here. I got to figure which one is lighted up here. Wait a minute. Hello?
Hello, what happened to non-union biscuit? How did it make out on the stock exchange today?
Non-union biscuit was down 3 1/4.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Hello, WWDC.
Willard,
Hello.
Scott,
Hello
and
there.
Ed Walker, I'd like to wish you the best of luck on WWDC, and it's a pleasure to have you back on the air again.
Thank you. Thank you, Father.
Who is it?
Hey, WWDC, hello.
Yes, this is Milton Q. Huxley. I'm a regular on Ed Hartley's show.
Yes, sir.
And I would just, there's two things I'd like to bring up. When you gave the stock market report, how come you didn't mention my wife? She's a ham.
Oh, well, in that case, Fryer. No, I don't. What? What?
Also, I'd like to say, I got a message from the Big 980 over there.
Yeah.
Seems like their new DJ, his mouth got wet and it rusted.
Merry Christmas.
Advice.
Okay, thanks a lot. You're on the air. I mean, you're off the air. Ed, you're on the air.
We got to talk about the John Bull Restaurant, okay? If that's all right with you. And the John Bull Restaurant here, and we are happy to bring them with us. Jimmy Katzen, the very fantastic Jimmy Katzen, who has been with us for this week and a half or so.
One of the longtime sponsors of the show.
And John Bull Restaurant is over in Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, Eddie, wait a minute.
132 North Royal Street.
Eddie. Oh, this is awful. You mean the guy's name isn't John Bull at all?
No, that's the name of his restaurant.
No wonder.
His name is Katzen.
Oh, Eddie.
What'd you do?
Well, I sent the cards and the flowers to Mr. John Bull.
John Bull.
Yeah.
I want to thank you just a whole lot, Governor. I got the flowers, and my wife thought I was hanging around with another chick. Well, anyway, I really do appreciate it and all that.
Yeah, well.
Well, I've been to the John Bull restaurant. I'll have you know I've had the roast beef, and I've had the Yorkshire pudding. I've had the Caesar salad.
Let me see your tie a little
Give
bit
you a
here.
breath like a...
Here, look at your necktie. It's like reading layers of strata along the Chesapeake Bay. There's the Yorkshire pudding on the bottom, and there's what's that lump there with the metal, the metallic lump?
It's my tie clamp.
Oh, I thought that's something you had at the Bull.
No, that's all right.
Did you try? Thank you, John. You make us feel good and you laugh like that. Did I take a chance and open the phone here and see?
No, wait a minute. I'm not done.
Excuse me.
The John Bull Restaurant. He's like a kid with a new toy. 132 North Royal Street, Tavern Square, Alexandria. They're open now 7 days a week. Sunday, Family Day, special menus for the kids. Open from 3 to 10 p.m. Weekdays from 11 till 11.
I had something nice on a stick over at the John Bull the other night.
Want to elaborate?
Well, the waiter came by, and he was taking it to another table. Do you do that when you go to a restaurant? You know, you're not
Snitch a little from the next order?
Well, no, I just wasn't sure what I wanted to order.
Oh, I see. You looked at what the
I
others...
saw this thing come by with the flaming, just wild, and I just said, I'll take one of those. And the manager said he dropped a cigarette in his pants.
Swell. Okay. The time here, Walker.
I think she was referring to the sea catch, Ed, which is...
I think that's what it was.
This is like a fish kebab. You know what a shish kebab is. This is a fish kebab, and little bits of treasures of the sea, little bits of scallops and shrimp and lobster and a little lemon butter and just of garlic, just a little of garlic. Yeah,
garlic
give it that
there.
extra
That's
little goose and a nice bottle of cold white wine. Isn't that nice?
That's lovely.
Little cold St. Bernard. This isn't quite as strong as cold, and yet it's a little stronger than bear. It comes out and goes bowsy-wowsy all over your wine cup. So you might want to try it at the John. It's the greatest restaurant in the world this week because they're on the show. One of the few sponsors stuck with us. The rest of them are a bunch of rats.
23 after 4.
I never liked most of those clients over at RC anyway because they never did much for us.
Johnny Holliday is visiting with us this afternoon. John, are you awake? John,
Yes, I certainly am, Willard.
I'm Ed.
Eddie, I'm Scott. I am Eddie. Get you guys confused. You're doing a wonderful job.
We're
and
trying.
I think I don't know if I've welcomed you guys on behalf of the staff of not only Fred Knight and Scott Burton and Fred Fisk and Shelby Whitfield and Ed Hartley.
Wait a minute.
Rudy Fatuzzi, Mr. Furling, everybody else.
Wait a minute. Fred Knight and Fred Fisk.
Yeah.
They work at this station?
Sure.
I thought they were at MAS.
No,
Wait a minute.
Here he is.
I can do my own welcoming.
Wait a minute.
How about that?
Welcome, fellas.
Fred,
Good to see you, Eddie.
Johnny,
Pleasure.
How are you? Good to see you. How
Willard,
are you?
Great, Freddie.
Lovely to have you aboard.
Tomorrow night, your show, right?
Right.
That's
right.
We can't work without Holiday, though. We're like Pavlov's dog.
You'll have to come along, Johnny.
Bring him along. We'll give you a couch and sleeping privileges in the hall, John.
Should we bring our blue material tomorrow night since it's a talk show, or do you want us to
He
come?
has delay on
No,
his show.
mine is a family show.
Oh, okay. We'll bring the family.
What family? That's what we want to know. No, thank you, Fred. We really are happy to be here and looking forward to being on your program tomorrow night.
You know, I've run into some of the young people who work up in the offices, and they said, "Hey, the Joy Boys are really great." I said, "So why are you so surprised?"
They heard us work with Holiday last night. That's great, Freddie. Thank you.
Do you have the copy for Mr. Penny there, Willard? We've got a couple of spots to do before the news comes along here, and if we don't, we won't be able to pay the rent.
On my copy, it says rotate, so the first thing I should do is cue the engineer.
Cue the engineer.
Mr. Jaffe? Fashion coat sale for 3 days only, Monday through Wednesday. Fashion coats in juniors and misses and women's sizes are now 15% less. Find your favorite style in wool and wool nylon. Remember her? Fur like acrylics and cotton corduroys at 15% off the regular price. Monday through Wednesday. Tape, music, and lyrics up 19 seconds. Said I couldn't do it. WJC Penny, Washington.
Wait a minute. 26 minutes after 4. Let's talk about Loews Island. Some people, I had 5 years there once. No, Loews Island.
Making little ones out of big ones, right?
Some people call it New York. Yes, to many it's London, Paris, Athens. All of these things rolled into one. Why do we say that? Well, it's
Look, if you're going to talk about New York, I wouldn't use the expression roll.
A lot of people get rolled up there. It's the cultural center's home up there, and of course they have the sporting event, the chestnut vendor.
That's right, my friend. They're all over the old troop up in New York.
Is that right? Is it true that there is a broken heart for every light on Broadway?
You bet your bunion, my friend.
You are a native New Yorker, right?
That's right.
And is it true that the Loews Hotels up there call it Loews Island because they have so many convenient hotels? For example, the Loews Drake. You're familiar with that?
I certainly am, my friend.
The Warwick.
They're all over the old troop when he goes in the old Loews Drake.
How about the Warwick?
I beg your pardon?
The Warwick.
The old Warwick, she's all over me too, my friend.
I like the Hotel Diane.
And the Ramada Inn and the Howard Johnson Motor Lodge. They have over 3,000 unbeatable rooms. And then when you have a convention in New York, they really swing, don't they, my friend?
Yeah, they're all over me.
All over the old trooper, huh?
All over the street too, my friend.
Huh?
All over the street.
Huh?
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 Yes,
Yeah. Okay, they have some Midtown locations, too, from Park Avenue. The growing West Side. Everything is yours. So be sure to visit the Loews Hotels. Call your Loews Hotel.
Agent, my friend.
I couldn't read it. Loews Hotels.
It's not tough to figure out. T-R-A-V-E-L.
Or you could call toll-free to the place in your area.
That's a wonderful movie. I saw that about the lion that got lost in Africa.
That was Born Free.
Oh, it's toll-free.
27 minutes after 4 o'clock at WWDC.
How do you lose a lion in Africa, anyway?
How do you lose a lion in Africa?
27 minutes after 4 here at the Twin W's here.
We just
Does anybody say that?
No, I don't think so.
The Lions aren't very busy. Oh, Fred, get out of here.
I am a little confused. Have we done everything except Coca-Cola?
We certainly have.
Well, then, do you have a little music there, Mr. Dave? Oh, yes. Long about this time, especially on an election year, they do a lot of talking about party favorites, right? And especially at parties, they start talking about them when the clever host or hostess walks in with that excellent display of Coca-Cola and some delicious snacks, which are just as good, too. Outstanding delicious snacks. It's the winning ticket right now. Be sure to get a party favorite. Get a Coke and some snacks everywhere you shop. Everybody's favorite to add to the fun and the festivities of your parties this time of year. Get a delightful plush elephant or donkey, too. $5.25 each with proof of purchase of Coca-Cola. Be sure to look for the details at the special display of Coca-Cola and snacks next time you shop at participating stores.
I'm the elocution director for WWDC.
I'm afraid of that.
I want to say you did a very nice job reading that in.
Any complaints, sir?
Not from me.
WWDC-AM FM Washington.
McDonald's new Quarter Pounder is a big value in more ways than one. It's a thick and juicy 100% beef patty served on a toasted sesame bun. So good, you'd expect to pay more than you do. McDonald's Quarter Pounder, a sandwich where the meat really takes over, and the price doesn't.
You deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's.
That's the garden party. That's Rick Nelson, who went up there and he bombed out. Nobody remembered him, but he learned his lesson and he made $1 million off of that record. You heard that here.
I swallowed a fly at a garden party once, Ed. It's about 16 minutes before 5 o'clock. Walker and Scott on WWDC. Hello out there. Are you on the air? Hello?
Press the other button.
Hello? Hello there.
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys since I was in the 3rd grade 8 years ago, which is why I'm still in the 3rd grade.
Yes.
Bought an FM stereo just to hear you guys in stereo.
How do we sound?
You don't sound any better in stereo.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. You're really great.
Oh, no, see, that's a minute shot. 15 minutes before 5. That's the Johnny Wilcox School of Broadcast. Is it Wilcox or
Holiday? Holiday.
Willard, Holiday, 2 L's.
2 L's in Holiday. Or as they say in Baltimore, Holiday. That's what they say. I was listening to Johnny Holiday to the basketball game the other night when them Bullets were playing. Incidentally, folks, the Bullets are playing again not until Friday night, and they're playing over in the Civic Center over in Baltimore. They're playing the Knicks. And then on Saturday, they go up to New York and play the Knicks in the Madison Square Garden, their home territory up there. Mr. Holliday's going to be doing a game Friday. You going up to New York, Mr. Holiday?
Yes, I will.
They're springing
They do play Wednesday. I forgot. What are you wearing? What are they? They're playing.
Menons, your year.
Stop it. Be serious. They're playing the Pistons on Wednesday night.
Really? I bet they didn't know.
From Detroit. This got a windshield on it.
Oh.
And
now it does.
I wouldn't miss.
Then we go to the Knickerbockers on Friday and Saturday.
I wouldn't miss that for anything. Okay, do we have a march up there so we can go to Eastover? Thank you, Dave Jaffe, engineer extraordinaire. It's Veterans Day, and what better time, you just blew us off the air, what better time to celebrate than to take advantage of the sale going on right now at the Eastover Shopping Center. This is the end of October, and just the perfect time to get all those things ready for Christmas. Get a head start on your Christmas shopping. Of course, this is the time to do it. No crowds, no rush, just bargains. Maryland residents, you take Indian Head Highway from Beltway exit 37 to the District Line. D.C. residents, you go straight out South Capitol Street to the District Line. Today only. Reduced prices, hey, in all stores at Eastover Shopping Center. Hey, you all right? Okay.
It's an onion.
We have so many nice people dropping by to talk to us and everything today. There's one now. Help her up, all right?
Hello.
That's right.
I'm Mrs. Leo Rocca.
Not today. We have the news again at 5 o'clock. Don't forget.
Good evening. It's time now for news. First of all, this word from our sponsor.
Thank you. All right.
Pipe and diddle.
The midshipmen take the field again this weekend to write another page of Navy football history. This is Tony Roberts, and I'll be bringing you all the action live right here on WWDC-AM and FM. Here's the rundown on this week's game.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tony. This is not all right. Why didn't they use me on the game? They got some fella from Baltimore helping them out. That's all right. That's beside the point. It'll be October the 28th, this Saturday afternoon. Duke at the Oyster Bowl in Norfolk, Virginia. The game time, approximately 2 o'clock, give or take a couple of minutes. It'll be Navy and Duke. Don't miss it, sport fans. And until then, remember, if you can't take part in the sport, chances are you're going to be flabby.
Son of Jack Alex.